JD Vance was dispatched to do a little bit of damage control after it was found out that a young Republican's Telegram chat had been filled with literally hundreds of the most grotesque and disgusting racist and anti-Semitic and fascist talking points you can possibly imagine. And I wonder what position JD Vance is gonna have on it. Oh, it turns out he doesn't actually think it's a big deal. He tweeted this. He tried to what about it to some other thing that the vast majority of you will have never heard of before. Some text messages with a candidate for AG of Virginia saying, this is far worse than anything said in a college group chat. And the guy who said it could become the AG of Virginia. I refuse to join the pearl clutching when powerful people call for political violence. Again, the stuff he's pointing to has literally nothing to do with any of this, so I'm not going to indulge him in his attempt at whataboutism. The issue is that the young Republicans, the next generation of this party, take a look at what they've been getting up to and just consider for a second, should we be clutching some pearls over this? So let's see. There's talk about sending people to gas chambers. I guess maybe even some of their own supporters for some reason that I don't get. And joking about expecting the Jew to be honest, their words, very much not my words. Something about rape, and then he also hates the Jews. Something about loving the watermelon people, using the F word, using their favorite word. I mean, why be a Republican if you can't call people retarded every 5 minutes? That's what free speech is about at the end of the day. So that was all up and down this thing. He said somebody said I'd go to the zoo if I wanted to watch monkey play ball. I'm ready to watch people burn now. And it goes very much on and on and on and on and on. And so we could jump more into their debates over whether there should be gas chambers or showers for the mass murders and executions they're gonna do. I can't necessarily follow the argument being made there because, I'm not one of these creepy little weirdos. And this was not just like interns or whatever. This was leaders of this organization. And they, in the aftermath of it, some of them have tried to present this as some sort of like hit job or whatever. No, this is what you guys do when you think it's private. When you are given a little bit of shadow so the public eye won't see you, what do? You immediately jump into anti-Semitism, wildly bigoted racism, calls to murder everyone on the other side, and maybe even some people on your side, jokes about rape. What's supposed to be, the way you would present it is that we call you rape. We try to make it seem as if you're Nazis. I feel like you guys are doing everything you can to make yourselves seem like Nazis. But anyway, Sharon, I'm clutching pearls over here that the next generation of Republicans are this sort of person. What do you make of it?
Well, welcome to America. The South needed to get a nice cuddle, after the Civil War and the Confederates. The Southern daughters, they needed to repurpose their version of history because we don't want to offend people who are bigots, disgusting, misogynist, racist, all kinds of things. We want to coddle them and give them a big hug. And if we call it out, what's wrong with you? You must be a Black woman screaming about microaggressions in the workplace. That's exactly what's going on here. No, up is still up, down is still down, and you're disgusting. And we should call it out. And that goes for the conversation surrounding Charlie Kirk too. I'm really getting sick of this, okay? You can be brutally murdered in public and it can be disgusting. And you can also have said some really disgusting things as the victim of that crime. So let's cut the crap here. Okay, with the presidential medals, and how dare you say this? And Matthew Dowd is getting fired. And get out of my face with this nonsense, okay? This is what's wrong with this country. White people, racist, powerful people, men cannot be told, sit your ass down. This is not okay.
Yeah.
But the rest of us can be, no problem.
That's a great point. You're totally right. And to link those two things. So JD Vance, is it clutching pearls if in the wake of a tragic event like Charlie Kirk being killed, people post memes that I wouldn't post, But people can. They thought that they had freedom of speech. You can see where they went wrong on that. They post things that seem too edgy, too risque or whatever.
Whoa.
You guys freaked the hell out about it. You're dispatching the military to investigate people. You're setting up websites to get people fired. Is that clutching pearls because they joked about that? Oh, well, you would say, well, that's joking about death. Okay, they're talking about gas chambers. Can we clutch our pearls? Can we investigate them? Should they all lose their jobs? By the way, some of them are losing their jobs because while JD Vance and the Trump administration are like, this is nothing, the actual Kansas young Republicans, they're gone. That was shut down, at least for now. And the leader of the organization is facing all these issues. Like, they're actually taking it semi-seriously, but JD Vance would say it's not a big deal. Let's not worry about it. Now, look, there's a lot in those messages that I don't think the Republicans were ever going to care about, no matter what hypothetical you would come up with. Like the stuff about watermelon people and monkey play ball and all that. That's just normal sort of racism you expect from these sorts of messages. But bear in mind, there's also a lot of anti-Semitism in there. And the funny thing about it is, throughout this year, I've been told that sending messages that have anti-Semitism, even if it's not really anti-Semitism, it's just calls for like a ceasefire in Gaza or something, is so terrible that you should be kicked out of your university. You should be deported from the goddamn country. You could be held in ICE lockup. So if these exact same messages had been sent in a Telegram group chat of NYU grad students, what would have happened? Would there be an investigation? Yeah, no, Marco Rubio would be tweeting about this, about how they're gonna hunt down every one of these people and kick them the hell out of the country. Meanwhile, Republicans in good standing are sending these wildly anti-Semitic, and I'm not talking about like dipping a toe in a trope or something, literally talking about setting up gas chambers and showers, okay? And they're telling us it's not even worth discussing. So I know a little bit of hypocrisy there. Weird how the anti-Semitism only matters when it can be used to kick people out of the country that they don't like. And it's not even worth discussing when it's their own party that's doing it.
If you enjoyed that, make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming an actual member. But you're probably wondering, why the hell would I do that, John? First off, calm down. The stakes in this are very, very low. But also, when you click the join button and you become a member, you get access to bonus content that I make every week, and it's a ton of fun. You get access to tons of custom emojis and more besides that. By the way, if you join at tier 3, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself and other awesome people, and we always have a great time. By the way, you'll get all that going forward, but you also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips, top 10 lists, debates, and more. What are you waiting for? Click the join button below. Your support powers our show, and we couldn't do it without you. Or at the very least, I wouldn't really want to try. Viewers like you keep me here. So thank you in advance for joining.